Hello. In this video, we will be going over the BlockDrops event in KubeJS 1.21.1 NeoForge. This is an incredibly useful event that lets you modify what items in XP a block drops when it is broken. We will cover how it works, walk through multiple code examples, and along the way I will break down the JavaScript concepts that make these scripts tick. So let's get started. First of all, what is BlockEvents.drops? Well, as you can see in the syntax here, whenever a block is broken, Minecraft normally decides what items in XP it should drop. With KubeJS, we can intercept this process and take full control of it. So this means we can add new drops, remove default drops, change how much XP is given, and even make loot depend on the tool a player used. This is a server-side event only, since it directly modifies world state, which is the items and XP in the game world. So again, our syntax example here, BlockEvents.drops, we can put an extra ID that is optional, but nonetheless we need to put an event with the callback. So let's get started with our first example here. Here we're just going to say what block the player broke and what tool they used. So we're going to start doing BlockEvents.drops. Then we're going to do event. And then inside the function here, we are going to define three different variables for the event here. So first we need to define the block. So we're going to do let block equals event.block. Next we need to do the player. So let's do let player equals event.player. And then finally the tool. So let tool equals event dot tool. And we will be using all three of these in this next action that actually does what we want, telling the user what the player broke with what tool. So we're going to do player dot tell. So we're using the player already because we need to know what player to actually tell the message to. Then we're going to inside the function, we're going to put our string. We're going to use that key because we need to it needs to depend on what the block and tool is. So we're going to do u broke, and then we will use the $, curly brace notation, so block.id, and then with, or I'm just saying using, and then here is where it gets a little complicated because maybe the user is not using a tool. So we need to use a ternary operator. So we're going to first do tool, and then we're going to use a ternary operator to basically say if you're not actually using a tool, we're just going to say your hands. So that is our first basic example. So again, we're listening to the event with BlockEvents.drops. The event parameter is a JavaScript object, and JavaScript functions can receive objects that carry data and methods. Event.block gives us the block being broken. Event player tells us what player broke it. And event.tool may be null, so we can use the ternary operator, which is that shorthand for if the tool exists, use its ID, otherwise say your hands. So this whole thing demonstrates a key JavaScript concept called conditional expressions, and you will see it a lot when working with events that may return null. So moving on to our next example is replacing drops. So we're going to we can just copy and paste this part of the code here because it starts the same. Essentially, we're going to replace the diamond drops with 2 emeralds when you're breaking a diamond ore. So the first thing we need to do is use an if statement to check to see if which block is being broken. So if event.block.id, if that is equal, and we're using 3 equal signs here, Minecraft diamond or, and then inside that, we want to first remove the item using event.removeItem. And then we're going to specify what we want to remove. So in this case, diamond. And then we want to replace it with 2 emeralds. So event.addItem. Here we want to use the item.of function, and then we're going to pass in Minecraft emerald, and then we want to drop 2. So some analysis here. Again, we're using an if statement to check which block is being broken. If it's diamond or, we remove the normal diamond drop with remove item function, and then we add the 2 emeralds with add item, that function. This introduces another important JavaScript concept. Item.of is a function call that returns an item stack object. We then pass that into add item. This is function composition, which is using the result of one function as the input to another. Before we continue on with more examples, I would like to give a shout out to my server hosting partner, BisectHosting. This is a great service that offers server hosting for over 80 plus games. You can pre-install over 2,000 Minecraft mod packs automatically. They offer 24/7, 365 customer support that can help troubleshoot your server and mods. They offer full file access, and you can host your server from across 20 locations around the world to improve the latency, and they offer advanced DDoS protection. This is a great service. I cannot say enough about them. The customer service is great. All the staff is great, and they are very helpful. Please refer to my link in the description, my affiliate link, that will bring you to the website that I got this screenshot from. There's plenty of great information there that can help inform a possible purchase for a budget and your needs. So again, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel. Okay, now let's get back to another example. Here we're going to add bonus drops. So we don't want to necessarily remove the item that's being dropped, but we want to add additional things. So in this example, I'm going to add a gold nugget to the Minecraft stone drop. So we're going to do this in a similar way. We're going to set up an if statement, if event.block.id, if that's equal to Minecraft stone, we're going to use event.addItem, and then we're going to do item of Minecraft gold nugget, and then let's just do 1 in this example. So again, every time stone is mined, we are appending a gold nugget drop. Notice that event.addItem is called in addition to the vanilla drops. That's because the drops list starts with the default items unless we remove them first. Obviously, the key concept here are lists/arrays. KubeJS internally holds drops in an array. Adding items pushes new values onto that array. Removing items filters them out. Our next example here is we're going to experiment with XP. Here we want to add more XP to the coal ore drop. So again, we're starting off the same way here. We're going to do if event.block.id, that's equal to Minecraft coal ore. We are going to set the XP using event.setXP. And then let's just say 100, so make it significantly more than usual. Get XP tells you the current XP value, so if you need to use that for if statements or comparison, and that's a getter method, while set XP overrides it. This is an example of a setter method, a function that is designed to update internal state. In JavaScript, functions are often used in place of properties, which makes them more powerful because they can run logic before applying the change. Let's wrap up with our final example here. Again, I'm just going to copy and paste the first part. Here we want tool-specific drops. So we want the block to drop a certain item only if the tool that the player is using matches the condition. So here, if the user is mining stone with a wooden pickaxe only, I want the stone to also drop a stick. So this is quite simple. We're going to do if event.blockID.id. If that's equal to Minecraft stone. So that's the first part. And then next we need to see and, so we need both these conditions to be true. We need to see if the tool that they're using is a wooden pickaxe. So we're going to do that using event dot tool. And then here we want to use optional chaining because event.tool might be null if the user is using their bare hands. If we tried event.tool.id directly and no tool was used, the script would probably throw an error. So for good programming practice, we want to add the question mark there. So event.tool.id, if that's equal to Minecraft wooden pickaxe. So we have our condition. Now we want to use event.addItem just as before, Minecraft stick. So again, optional chaining is a pretty important JavaScript safety feature when working with KubeJS events. Sometimes you might get a crash, sometimes you won't, and especially since modded Minecraft sometimes can crash real easily, it's very useful and important to add these specific safety steps. So to wrap up and recap, BlockEvents.drops runs whenever a block is broken and items are about to drop. You can add, remove, or replace drops. You can also get and set XP values, and you can make drops depend on the tool used. This gives you complete control over Minecraft's loot system, perfect for mod packs that want custom ore progression, rare loot mechanics, or fun bonus drops. If you found this tutorial helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Again, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel. Please reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.